Adjutant online. Registry.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Sunday and this is the 5th G-Division StarCraft 2 Coliseum episode in this premiere week of commentary. Here we see two phenomenal players facing off against each other on Xel'Naga Caverns. ZergKing is actually none other than the Taiwanese star player fnaticSen. Here playing as ZergKing, which is indeed descriptive of what he is. His opponent is none other than StarTale.Ace. Now, of course, those of you who watch the GSL, the Global Star League from Korea, casted by Tasteless and Artosis, are familiar with StarTale.Ace. We have seen him in the GSL, though not perhaps in the top tier. He's definitely qualified for Code A and been up there a lot of the time, but what we do know him for is the fact that he won the Intel Extreme Masters that took place in March 2011 and did so quite convincingly. 10-0 I believe until the final when he faced off against Moon, so he definitely put the hurt onto the entire foreign community and quite a few of his fellow Koreans as well. Here facing off against the great Taiwanese hope, who's been a Zerg player ever since the early days of Brood War and been one of the few who could really compete with the Terrans that for a very long time dominated the professional Brood War scene quite strongly. Sen is known for his intensive macro combined with extreme aggression. He has no problems playing low tier, low tech mass units, what we're fond of calling Sauron style of playing Zerg, and here he's placing his spawning pool right after his hat extractor, and I predict he will assemble no more than 100 gas, which will give him the quick Zergling speed upgrade and metabolic boost. Meanwhile, StarTale.Ace from Korea has placed his Nexus and is doing what we can decipher will be a Forge fast expand with Nexus first, which is indeed quite risky, especially against the Zerg player known for aggression that goes spawning pool so early. Especially since this map, Xel'Naga Caverns, has no less than 3 entrances into the expansion, 4 if you tear down these rocks here. So this is indeed quite ballsy, going Nexus first without placing a forge or cannon beforehand. So balls galore, and here indeed we see gas no longer being harvested and metabolic boost being upgraded. I should also mention that this is, as many previous games on this channel, from the Stars War tournament, the Chinese tournament that will pit various players from various countries against each other, and which will have an offline final in the great city of Shanghai, China. And here we see Sen, the ZergKing indeed, placing his expansion right here, and StarTale.Ace was able to do nothing about it with this scouting probe of his. So the early Zerglings with speed for Sen definitely gave him the ability to compete with the Protoss when it comes to getting a quick expansion up, but Ace is definitely ahead and is already saturating his expansion. He has placed his first gateway, and I'm sure Cybernetics core will follow. But here you do see the problem with fast expanding like this. If Sen were to come at him with Zerglings, he has to place cannons in this awkward position, disrupting his mining, and build this sort of wall in here that still leaves his Nexus kind of exposed. So this is nothing to be recommended, but of course StarTale.Ace is a pro, so he knows what he's doing. He takes a calculated risk, and here this probe managed to indeed, I do believe, scout that fast expansion. Queen now moving over, and we will definitely see fnaticSen be phenomenal in his creep spreads. Creep spreading like a boss, he is known for that among many other things, so we will see creep cover the entirety of his half of the map at the very least, and being a macro Zerg indeed, someone to emulate, I'd say. He fast expands again, taking a second expansion here at his third, without even first breaking down these rocks. So heavy macro mode is on, ladies and gentlemen, and I do know we all appreciate that. Meanwhile, StarTale.Ace has yet to construct anything above a cybernetics core here, going for Stalker rather than a Sentry first. That is to be recommended, since he's in a very defending position right now and needs to be able to attack any attacking Zerglings to defend against that with a versatile ranged unit. Now taking down Sen's Overlord and putting down 3 more gateways, so this will be Fast expand into 4 gate. Meanwhile, fnaticSen is macroing up. You can see how he's already saturated, almost oversaturated his first expansion here, and no less drones over here either. Yet to place any further tech buildings or anything like that. He calculates with not being attacked early, and it will simply expand and macro up. Now this can definitely be a downfall, because there's a timing window right after these gates finishes when you see that StarTale is amassing quite a lot of money. He could just pump out units and go for a quick kill on this expansion, and Sen may not be able to do much about that. We'll see if it happens. But definitely, if you can get away with getting such a heavy early economic lead, then you certainly have a very well positioned mid to late game for you. We see players such as Liquid Ret, one of my favorite Zerg players, often being too greedy, taking too many calculated risks, and producing too many drones early on, having too few attacking units. And here we see StarTale.Ace moving out, having the melee weapons level 1 already underway from his forge, and relying quite heavy on sentries. You do want to have the force fields up for later battles. I doubt he will try to do a killing blow with this expeditionary force, rather just pin Sen back, and save his sentry energy as much as possible. But no, he's now placing a forward pylon for warp-ins of units, and it seems indeed like he will be trying to inflict some serious damage here. This is quite a commitment, and placing a secondary proxy pylon here for further warp-ins, relying quite heavily on the sentry usage. We now see 3 more being warped in, and a Twilight Council on the way. That will surely be for blink upgrade for the Stalkers. Meanwhile, Sen has gone for Roaches, and is now upgrading the Glyle reconstitution. That's of course the speed upgrade, along with unit burrow. That's definitely a very good thing to have, and I wouldn't be surprised to see tunneling claws for his Roaches being upgraded as well, because that will effectively counteract the force fields. The Roaches can move underneath them while also healing, and that will be a very good counter to a Stalker and Sentry heavy army. That's of course the Sentries who place the force fields and not the Stalkers. Here we do see the Zerglings tearing down the rocks over at a high yield, and remember what I said about the creep spread? Like a boss. ZergKing is the name of the game. And now we see weapons level 2 as well as blink being upgraded for StarTale.Ace, playing on the same Korean professional teams as July Zerg, perhaps my very most favorite Zerg player of all time, the God of War and the Golden Mouse winner from Brood War. So he definitely knows how to practice against high-skilled Zerg players, and I would say that Sen and July have similar aggressive styles, but we'll just have to see if that comes into play. Now also robotics facility going down for StarTale.Ace, no further tech buildings, or indeed that tunneling claw upgrade for Sen, but now see the battle commence, beautiful force fields and guardian shields. Zerglings, however, crashing into the sentries, but again more force fields. He seems to have an infinite amount, and had he had tunneling claws right now, he would have been able to be all up in StarTale.Ace's business, but instead he's forced to burrow and simply hide. Instead, the StarTale.Ace is moving out and will be able to siege the mineral line from on top, and now these Stalkers do have blink, so this is a very versatile army for Ace, whereas Sen is slightly less mobile, given that the force fields will block his units. He should really go for that tunneling claws upgrade. Ace already a step ahead and is now building, I believe, even chrono boosting an observer out in order to counteract that immediately, and also being able to kill burrowing probes. Here we see, however, a bit of a pincer attack going on, but more force fields. He's had time to reheal or regenerate the mana, and again we see how the force fields are completely blocking out and cutting apart Sen's army. StarTale.Ace is just able to completely obliterate them one at a time almost, and he still has so many Stalkers left, and now a couple of Roaches attack, but they should have been there ages ago. This is a losing battle for fnaticSen, one of my favorite Zerg players, ladies and gentlemen. StarTale.Ace is picking him apart, and here we see the power of blink. Sacrificing his sentries, yes, but blinking down into the practically undefended expansion of Sen, where there's a macro hatch building, and now being able to retreat all the way out of it, taking minimal losses in his Stalker's army. Meanwhile, we see Pathogen Glands being upgraded for Sen. He will have Infestors with Fungal Growth soon that will be able to pin the Stalkers back, but even so, he's taking heavy losses, whereas Sen has the, StarTale.Ace has the definite advantage right now, being able to again use Blink to the utmost advantage, microing the injured ones back, putting the fresh ones in front, and indeed it seems like StarTale.Ace has been able to pick apart fnaticSen from Taiwan, and the ZergKing is forced to GG. I must say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm always partial towards the Swarm, and I picked this game because I wanted to see StarTale.Ace being torn apart by a superior Zerg player, but StarTale.Ace showed us why he won the Intel Extreme Masters in March. He is indeed one of the very best at what he does. He can take apart Zerg players like there's no tomorrow, and here we saw just how to do that. Blink Micro is again one of the most versatile upgrades in StarCraft 2. It reminds me so much about how Mutalisks were used in Brood War with their micromanagement that many of you will remember. This is the new unit to micro your ass off with, and you can just see how powerful that is. I believe that if fnaticSen had gone for tunneling upgrades immediately, he would have been able to counteract that beautiful force field usage that StarTale.Ace exhibited, and therefore his sentry heavy army would have been less effective, and Sen would have been able to defend and then attack. But there you go, something to learn from, and I hope you enjoyed this cast. This has been fnaticSen versus StarTale.Ace in the Stars War tournament, and I'm Sebastian Sjöberg. I hope you enjoyed this cast and hope you'll see you here again tomorrow. GG for now.